One, one, two, two. Can you hear me? Test, test. Okay. Where should I start? Okay, there is the saying, last but not least. I hope so, that is truth. We will see it after my speech, but honestly, I forgot what I wanted to say. Where should I start? Maybe I can start with that one thing, that there was a period of time in my life where I consumed massively TEDx stories, speeches, etc. And one day I was thinking, interesting, what should I have to do in my life to be on this stage? So here I am today. And yeah, magic happens, by the way. Manifest, you know. But today I would like to speak about one topic. Sometimes not getting what you want is a beautiful blessing. Yeah, hi everyone, my name is Ralfs Gaubsteins, and on my business card is written that I'm an investor, investment leader, and with 10 years already experience in real estate and blah, 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 blah. But honestly, I'm a simple guy from a small town with 2 arms, 2 legs like you have. Nothing special, I think. It's like I'm not better or worse than you. But okay, today I gonna speak about my topic, and there won't be any data or some kind of like smart maybe sentences, but I'm gonna tell you a story. Why story? Everyone remembers that when we were children, when we were small, our parents was telling us stories, Red Riding Hood, Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs, Puss in Boots, etc. But you know, there are some fairy tales that are real and tough. And let me tell you about some guy that I met in my life. In that moment, he wasn't my friend. He was a stranger to me. But now I can proudly say that he's one of my best friends. Maybe the best one that I have. Maybe. And he told me that his life was a hell of a ride. And I said, okay, maybe you can tell me something more in details if you have time. And he said, okay, let's sit down and I will let you know. So my best friend's story. He was born in a very lovely, loving, beautiful family with 2 parents, with a sister. Spoiled, well-dressed, always with a full stomach, etc., etc. But when he reached 1 year old, when he reached his first year, he experienced clinical death, and he died. In three-dimensional world, he died for several minutes. And doctors were surprised that he started to breathe. It was a magic. They said that there will be a lot of problems in the long term, for a lifetime. It's a miracle. It's a magic. But things happen like that, you know. Then he reached 5 years old, if I correctly remember. I think he was somewhere around 5. He opened his eyes on an operating table in a hospital. He had very serious health problems. And that was some kind of, let's say, health problem that wasn't very popular at that time in the country. But there was one doctor who said, I'm going to take the risk. I more or less understand something about that issue, so I will take a risk. And yeah, he survived. After that, went many years. You know, it's like he was experiencing a lot of things in his life. First kiss, first love, first fights, first broken bones, etc., etc. Everything that you can imagine what a teenager can experience in that kind of period of time. And he ended up one day that his father received very serious diagnosis, so his father's days was numbered. And that hit him very emotionally and mentally, because for him, family was everything, and also his father was the main like supporter in the family, as you know. And yeah, he struggled a lot, and his grades started to slide down in the school, and his life started to slide down. It's just a normal result of that kind of things. Slide that low, like Bitcoin hit the loss in 2018 in the winter months. You can imagine, catastrophic. And but he was full of some kind of inside power, I don't know, motivation, something like that. And thanks God, everything is okay, as far as I know, with his father, with him as well. And you know, that kind of situations bring people together stronger and stronger. The connection gets stronger and stronger between family members and between people. He was studying abroad. He was traveling a lot. He graduated school, etc., etc. Everything is so cool. Partying a lot, studying a lot. Perfect life, like in the movies. And he came back from the studies, and he understood that he's having a very regularly headache. Again headache, very strong one. He went to the doctor, and yeah, the conclusion is, I remember what he was saying, like doctor called him and said, hi, can you please sit down? I have something to tell you. You have a tumor in your head. It's not like critical one, but still, you know, it's like, it's not deadly at the moment, but still it's like a bomb with the ticking time. So it will be your new member, like your new neighbor, and you just need to accept it, because it's in that kind of a place in your head that it's not, we cannot take it out. And the doctor said that, please understand, young gentleman, one thing, it's a bad period of time in your life. It's not a bad life. Never give up. You have to start to manage the place between your ears. You have to start to manage your mind and accept that these kind of challenges in life people have. You're not alone. And et cetera. And of course, again, the grades are in the school. There was one thing I just remembered. It was funny that he highlighted 2 conversations in the school when the grades was going down, like a Bitcoin in 2018. And there was 2 teachers. I remember the math teacher, how he told me it was the main character in these kind of sayings. She said, hey, you have no future. Only thing that you can do in your life, maybe you can wash cars, because in a car service you cannot work because you need to count till 4, and you cannot, there are 4 tires, you know. And then another one teacher was saying that, hey, you will end up in the streets or you will end up in a prison. And he was laughing about that when he was telling me this, and I was like, okay, continue please the story. So, interesting, right? And after the tumor thing, etc., he ends up in one interesting place in his life. You remember the story about maybe you will end up in the streets or in the prison? He ended up in the prison. Wow, let's go. That's a plot twist, you know? And yeah, he told me that there was some kind of investment deal, there was some kind of a bad business, etc., etc. A lot of crazy things going on. He didn't understood what was there, and so huge scam. He lose a lot of money, and after 72 hours, he's in his first court, like a trial. So the judge is trying to understand what to do with him after 72 hours, and the judge is saying life imprisonment. So life imprisonment is 25 years at least. Something like that. And he was, if I correctly remembered, he was 26 at that time. So he told me that, can you imagine, I was sitting there, I was like 26, and I have like a sentence for the same amount of time that I have already lived in this world. 25 New Year's, 25 Christmas, 25 birthdays, 25 at least. He told me, like, I will go out, there will be no my parents anymore, I will be alone, so everything is damaged, there's no life. He will be around 50. And those 25 years turned out in 4 months in a high security prison, with the murderers, with top G gangsters, with the rapists, with the scammers, with the drug lords. crazy people, as I remember he told me. And turned out to 4 months in this high security prison, and then he had strict house arrest for 3 years. 2 years he didn't went out of his apartment, from 4 walls, being alone, being total outcast for 2 straight years, because the case was so important that he was like cut out of the world. No social media, no communication, alone in 40 square meters in a 1-room apartment in 4 walls. And the interesting part is that I asked him, how did you survive? It's like a miracle again for you. It's interesting life, you know. And he said, somehow I survived, but you know, I killed myself, I killed the old person, then I born again, and I made something new. And I remember that he told me that there was 2 mirrors in his apartment. And he tapped out both mirrors because he so hated so much himself that he didn't want to see. And he said that, you know, in those 90 days, he understood that you need to start again, not from a zero, but from the place where you ended. So you need to continue, and you need to build a new version of yourself. So he took off all the things. He told me a lot of, now in details I don't remember anymore, but it's like he looked in that person's eyes and he started to make friends again with that person, but now in a different way, with a different mind, with everything different, with a different vision. He was doing a lot of things. He told me Wim Hof's breathings, cold showers 3 times a day, 2 times a day, workouts, reading a lot, doing yoga, everything, you know, listening to podcasts, starting to change his mind and everything. But the most important, he wanted to change the person in the mirror, the physical body. He also told me that he lost 26 kilograms. I was like, wow, that's a lot, because the most surprised thing is that I don't want to imagine what kind of economical crisis he hit when he needed to change all the wardrobe. And also those clothes from the prison wasn't even anymore for his size. But okay, that's just secondary. And you know, and when I was listening to him, to that story, I was thinking, that's one crazy guy, you know, hero. That willpower inside and that kind of crazy light inside. And I took some, let's say, quotes from him. And the first one, I really enjoyed what he said. He said that, you know, you don't need to take physical prison bars to understand that you have lived 26 years already here in a prison because of thinking what someone will think about him, what someone will talk about, like what everyone will say about how he is living his life. The second one, he said, if you are taking step 3, then take step 3. Don't jump on step 15. Don't compare yourself to anyone else, because you have your own path. Don't compare to anyone else. Everyone has their own path. Then he said that every mountain top is the next mountain's bottom. So every time you achieve something, you have a next one mountain ahead. Then he said, I really like this one, he said, don't wait for others to like you, to thumb up you before, for example, in the morning or before something. Be the one who like yourself first. Even if you don't receive any likes or thumbs up, this is like a metaphor, from others, the most important like and thumbs up is from you, from yourself. And yeah, even I remember now, he told me that he's writing a book about this. And I was like, wow, very good, very nice. But honestly, I'm just between us. I'm not sure that someone would really buy his book, but maybe there will be a couple who will buy, because it's like a movie, I don't know. Also, I told him, maybe you need to like sell this to some kind of company, maybe to Netflix. Maybe they can make a series out of this. And he was laughing and laughing, you know, and that's it. And we left and we split, and that's it. And now I see him on social media. He's doing a lot of stuff. He's doing everything that he once did to survive. He was also studying during the time investment management. Like I remember, he told me he was learning how to make more money with money, not to lose money, as you assume, and lose his life, years. And I saw that now he's doing all these Wim Hof methods. Now he has one of the biggest communes in a country with ice swimming. These persons who are going to swim in the winter time. He has a podcast that was top 3 in his country in the first year. He's managing some kind of investments. He's doing a lot of stuff. And also I saw that he also have a connection, and he's cooperating with one of the biggest companies in the world that has automated trader with the cryptocurrencies, with the stocks, etc., etc. So he's doing a lot of things, and I saw how one person can change in those three years, if I correctly remember, 999 days, if you are talking about the numbers, again, surprise, surprise. And I am really proud of that guy. And I really respect him. And you know why? Because that kid is me. That was my story. And now when I remember all these things, I can only imagine what could, how could, should I, would I don't know. One thing for sure, I didn't mention it in the beginning, I like 2 movies, the best ones that I like in my life. The first one is Forrest Gump. Why I like Forrest Gump? Because Forrest Gump is a perfect example how to not give up. Even when the life is throwing you a lot of things, even when you are in a dark room, the light inside you is brighter than anything around you. It's like 100%. The second one is Butterfly Effect. It's a trilogy about the idea how you can get back in the past, how you can change something for a better. And in those movies, you can see, in those series, you can see that every time the main actor is changing something, he don't like the result. And you know what? Even now knowing, I'm now telling this about myself. Even now I know the plot, how everything went and how crazy it was going through suicide. Writing letters to my parents and friends with the last words, experiencing how a very close friend of mine commits suicide, etc. I would go again, the same plot as many times as I need to. I wouldn't change a bit, never, because that result, what I received, is mind-blowing. I can now maybe say a lot of these smart quotes and repeat them, but you know, everything in life comes with a price tag, and I'm not talking right now about money. It's about sweat, it's about blood, it's about tears, about everything, but not always about the money. You can think, you can plan, but universe has its own plans for you, so you need to change. If you're not changing, the universe will do everything so you change. In life as well, you can see, first we will receive the test, and then we will receive the lessons, the study material, the classic as well, not in the order like it is in a normal life. Third one was very difficult. I needed to unlearn what I have taught for more than 2 decades, for 26 years. That was crazy, really. And next time when you have a bad or rough day, turn your head closer to this thing that we call heart. And if you feel that it's beating, you know it's called purpose. and it's beating for a reason. Never give up, please. And before I end my speech, I just wanted to add some last words. What I sum up being through those kind of experiences. I sum up that life is not just passing of time. Life is a collection of experiences and love, about love and experiences. And when there will come my last day on this earth, in this kind of a meat costume, how I'm always joking, in this kind of a thing, I know that I will only remember the people that I love and stories about my experiences. So love unconditionally and collect more experiences. And trust me when I say sometimes not getting what you want is a beautiful blessing, because I didn't choose all these experiences. Never, really, trust me. But it happened to me. And that's the best what I can say. And before I end, I see that my time is already done. But the clock is showing me it's 15 past 3. But you know, for me, for myself, I have my own watch, my wristwatch, and it's tattooed here. It's saying, trust the process 1111. And there is a meaning behind. No matter where I will be in my life, no matter what will happen, if someday someone again will steal my freedom, will steal my life, I know that it's happening for a reason, and I need to be here right now at 11:11, no matter what, the right place and the right time. Thank you very much for your attention.